Hello, everyone. Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon. Welcome, all of you. So, today, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, really welcome, all of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Good to see your hands and your hearts. So good. So we are still waiting for some just to jump into this space of true awareness. So welcome everyone for this meeting where we at 2 p.m. Portuguese time, we gather in a very deep space of true awareness where we will work with our being, with our essence, true essence. It's a place and a space for true consciousness and for true healing. So it's not a space for politics discussion. We will open a space exactly for that. How you would really appreciate that our society would change. And we are accepting all these ideas about school, about time to work, everything that is connected with the way we are living. We are accepting all these ideas, so at the end we can gather everything in one big page to see what are the best ideas. Today, before we start, I want to tell you that I'm very touched today. Yesterday was a long day, working with several people since very early till late. And I was speaking with a lot of our clients from Italy and other countries. And they are already in the 4th week and some 3rd week of quarantena. And now they are starting to feel the consequence of deep isolation. So a lot of realities, some they are totally alone. When the schools closed, they send their kids to the grandparents, and then the quarantena just happened and they couldn't get the kids back. They are totally alone at home. Others, they are with families at home, and all the conflicts and tiredness of isolation is starting to appear. So yesterday was a full day of tears, a lot of tears, a lot of desperation and sadness, and working with them, bringing them a word of hope, and giving them tools that we share here, that I share here for you, and seeing them that they could come back to their own true balance and to help themselves to sustain consciousness and a certain level of hope, and coming out of these fears of survival that a lot of people are already coming into, a big fear of the economic crisis. So all these dimensions yesterday really brought me an issue that most of us we go through, that is death, the fear of death, and especially the fear of allowing our illusions during life to die. And that always come back to our consciousness and awareness, or when we lose ourselves for the fears that we carry inside, that they are totally connected with illusions. So before I start our meditation, hello everyone, hello, welcome everyone that is coming up. Thank you so much for all the flowers and hearts. Thank you. So before we start our first meditation of the day, I would like that everyone put your hand in your heart Everyone, put your hand in your heart. And for now, we will do an inner prayer for all the people that they are already suffering the consequence of isolation and losing people that they know. And I want to put a prayer for a very beautiful friend that he's in coma in Spain with his corona. So everyone, please take a deep breath. And in silence, let's all of us to put a prayer for those that they are already struggling with quarantena, already struggling with isolation, already struggling with the fear of the economic crisis. Everyone, take a deep breath and put the most beautiful blessings and prayers for all of them. For the ones that they are in hospitals, the ones that they are at home, everyone praying for all of us at the same time. Taking one deep breath and another one. And just say a prayer now so we can move on for your health. A prayer of gratitude for being alive. Take a deep breath and open your eyes. So, regarding this situation, here at Working with Satya, we are creating a movement that we will launch in 5 days, I think. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Teresa, for working so hard, even if you are dealing with your own fears and doubts. Thank you for giving your life to helping Working with Satya and myself to be here. Thank you so much. So we are launching this movement that we will call We Stay Together. And this movement, we are working with the people that they are taking the school 3 years training, awareness facilitators, to support people. So they will be online all together in different countries, different nationalities, different language, to give Skype sessions to people that they are really with difficulties, and they are already ready to support people. So we will create this movement, We Stay Together, and we will have free sessions from 10 minutes to 30 minutes for people that they are isolated, that they are feeling desperated, panic, they need to cry, they need to share, they need to have ideas how to deal with the kids and how to help the kids to be creative in these days. So we are launching this movement, and if it's possible, when we launch, please help us to set them. It's totally for free, and I'm very grateful for all my students that you said immediately, yes, I'm there, totally for free, giving their own time from their own families in this moment to everyone that they need. So we will do it together, and I hope that we all do together. So everyone, let's start our session today. Put your feet on the ground and sit the most comfortable you can. Put your back straight, and the ones that you are in lotus position, the same. Take a deep breath and another one. Another deep breath. Pressing your feet on the ground. Feeling how solid is that ground under your feet. How that chair, that pillow, that mattress, that couch, or that ground is really supporting you, how is really holding you, feeling that safetiness just for now. Take a deep breath. And under that ground of your house, just see earth under your house. Just visualize earth holding your house. And now visualize all the planets, the entire planet, Pachamama, Mother Earth. Taking a deep breath. And for now, just visualize rivers, oceans, the beach, perfect waves, mountains, deserts, snow, fields of flowers, plants and trees, sky full of stars, the sun shining strong, all the animals and other humans, just acknowledging that everything is pulsating right now, that everything is vibrating of life. At the same time that we are breathing, planet Earth and everything is breathing with us, is pulsating life force. We are life force. Just recognize this connection with planet Earth that is here all the time, even if you are locked down at your house. Just recognize, remember this constant connection, and nobody else, nobody can steal this from you, this connection from life, even if you are inside of four walls for a long time. It's still there. Everything is alive. You are alive. Feel that pulsation of life surrounding you, inside of you. Take a deep breath. Now just sense a place in your body that you feel relaxation. Maybe for some of you is your head, others is your shoulders or arms, maybe your heart and chest area, maybe your spine or belly, maybe your legs or feet. Just sense, where do you find relaxation in your body? Focus your attention right there and breathe in, breathe out, inviting that relaxation to expand to the other parts of your body. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Allowing this deep relaxation to expand, to vibrate in your body. Take a deep breath. Press your feet on the ground. Take another deep breath. And another one. And one last deep breath. And open your eyes. So everyone, the ones that you arrived right now and that you are still arriving, thank you for being here with all of us. So today, the theme for today is death. In our society, there's no culture of speaking about death and teaching us how to deal with death. That's why most of people, when they arrive to their time to leave the body, they feel so desperate and so lonely and so without any kind of support and help. Even the most religious ones sometimes, and I really appreciate to work with what I call wise and elder people, but a lot of people call them old people. And I take time to really listen to them, to really listen to their stories, what they have learned through life, what are their regrets. Especially if I can, I really take time to stay with them when they are preparing themselves to die. And one thing that we all find when we are close to people that they die, and there's a lot of studies. Let me see what happened with this Instagram. Sorry, Instagram. Here, I will put again direct. Something happened to our Instagram. So everyone, let's just wait for the ones that you were in Instagram. Here it is again. Okay, thank you so much. I don't know what happened to the Instagram. So just waiting for them to connect again. Yes, hello again. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome again. Welcome. And hello everyone at Facebook that you are arriving now and that you arrived right now. And one thing that I can say to you is I already know how to work with this. Teresa and Natasha, do you listen to me? I already know how to do this. So I'm still learning a lot of things about technology. What a good thing. So when we are close to people that they are dying, and there's a lot of studies now in our days that what these people tell normally is how they regret of not really go for what they needed, what they desired. I remember one person saying to me, you know, I lived my life full of fear all the time. And I was such a coward somehow. I know it was fear, but there was a moment in my personality that I could really do something, and I didn't take the chance. And I heard many stories like that. And to be with them and to help them to have a space for true confession of the soul. It's what I call the true confession of the soul. In the awareness facilitator training, we learn how to work with people that they are dying through this confession, not in the religious terms, but in the terms that we open the space for them to really speak what is going on with them. Most of people during life, they are not taught that they can trust, they can speak about, they can share where they are. So they arrive to that moment full of a baggage that they could never process. They couldn't trust anybody to allow themselves to tell, to explain how they were feeling. So, and there's a big fear. I heard many times from very religious people saying, oh my God, I was so religious all my life. And now I don't even know if I believe if there is a God or if there is something. It's very interesting to observe this. And everything starts with this taboo of speaking about death. And if we would start to speak about death in daily life to our kids, I totally believe that our awareness about of the small time that we have here would totally change our perspective of life and how we would really take life, because somehow there's this illusion, there's this blind spot that doesn't allow us to see that we have a very short period to really enjoy this life. So we take life and people and situations has totally has a guarantee. We don't even sometimes pay attention what is really going on, and we waste people, we waste situations because we think we will have another chance. And yes, we have many times, but so many times we don't have. So this fear of dying, how can we work with this? If we would look to death not as an ending, but as a gate, doesn't matter if you are a religious person or not. The same way that we see the birth, when a woman is pregnant, we always rejoice normally. Of course, there are many situations where women, they get pregnant and then they didn't want, or then they regret. There's so many situations. But in general, when we look to a birth, we welcome that child. So there's a gate of entering this life. Why don't we look to death as a gate for something that we, with our mind, can't even understand what is it? Because somehow we are short in this knowledge and wisdom of mystery. Because the more we start to work with ourselves in terms of awareness, and we go through layer by layer of the conditioning and all the belief systems and wounds that keep us in jails, the more we melt them and transform them into wisdom and to true presence, to awareness, that is not only something that from the mind, it's something from our heart. It's a state of presence inside. We totally connect with this mystery of life, how this planet was created, how this planet is not falling in the dark, infinite skies of multi-dimensions. The more we start to connect with this mysterious force of life that is not only here in planet Earth, is out of planet Earth into the all black holes, the more we connect with this life force, we start to trust into the unknown. And we need to give this big step to the unknown, this big and precious step to the unknown. The same way planet Earth is being held, the same way we are being held somehow. Even this situation with Corona, how dramatic it is, but at the same way, how much is opening ourselves to true help, to true friendship, to truth about ourselves, our true feelings. Now we can't run away from family. Now we can't run away from some fears. Now we can run away from some sadness and even panic. At the same time, now we can't run away to really feel how much I love that person, how much I'm grateful, what is really important. So the more we start to invite this capacity to look to death directly in the eyes, not as a concept. It's so easy. We get totally lost all the time in concepts. But the more we allow this reality to be present in ourselves, the more we can taste life, the more we can taste the present moment. And this work needs to start with the death of our illusions since young kids, with the death of our persona, with the death of our ego structure. And of course, this is a work for the ones that they want to do it consciously, and the ones that they don't want to do it consciously, they will do it through life force pushing them to blossom. So for the ones that you do consciously, this work of facing your personality structure, your persona, your masks, your illusions, your needs, your wounds since childhood, what you are dealing now is with the death of your cages that doesn't allow you to really feel free, that doesn't allow you to be present, that doesn't allow you to taste life. Doesn't matter how much do you have, if you are even in relations. So many times we have everything around us, and even like that, there's something that is missing. And what is really missing is our true essence to have space to vibrate. So why people are so afraid of this persona, personality, masks, to let go wounds, to let go belief system. How I am, this is who I am. No, you're not. You're not that. You are much more than that. Every time that we say, I am that, you are just putting yourself in a very, very small concept of who you truly are. Because what we truly are is a pure state of awareness that holds the persona, that holds this humankind life, humanity, that all holds the unknown. We come from this space of pure awareness states. We are that pure awareness state, but we live in this duality, and so we lose somehow the consciousness. So this work, this deep work of death of the ego structure will take you home, is bringing you home more and more to yourself, to your true intimacy, for your true presence. Take a deep breath, everyone. I would like to know, if it's possible, through symbols, or if you write on Facebook here or in Instagram direct, fingers, flowers, if this is helping you right now. Thank you so much for your manifestation. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. When you feel that a question is rising, that something is moving inside of you, that you feel some uncomfortable feelings and some question starts to rise, just write to me right now directly on Facebook or Instagram. What are your questions? Anything, any question is valuable, especially in these moments. Any question that you have, and you might think, no, I'm not going to ask this because I'm afraid of judgment or criticism. This is a space of true awareness, so any question is valuable. So if you have any question, please just start typing, and I will answer the more questions I can today. So that's why, coming back to what I was saying, we are so attached to the way we live. We are so attached to our own feelings. We are so attached to the way we think. But if you stop to think, are really your feelings, are really your emotions, are really your thoughts, or are they the product of a big and long conditioning, not only from this life that you are living, but from all the lives that you were living, for the ones that you believe in multi-dimension beings, that I believe. But if you are more scientific and rational, if you think, if every of your ancestors were living and they transmit this emotional memory, genetic memory, and mind memory from generation to generation, who are you truly? Is truly your mind? Is truly your true emotions? Is truly your capacity to relate with life? Or are you still being a big product of a big conditioning of centuries? And if we think, if you like to study history, that I feel is one of the most tools, the most precious tools that we have, so we can learn with our ancestors' history, that is our ancestor story. So it's our story. If we go beyond time, the linear time and illusions that we only live in this dimension, to go to work with that, to go beyond that, to transformate that, we need to start to self-inquiry and to come back to more a place inside of us of true presence, so we start really to see, to observe what is really going on with us. So that's why are so many people fighting, saying, I am this one, fighting for having recognition, fighting to be seen, because somehow, and fighting to not be seen, because somehow they are afraid that that persona that they believe it's themselves, that can die, and who I am without this. I believe when we start to touch this fear of death of our ego and personality structure that is here for a very good reason, and most of the ego structure that we create during life, it's about self-defense strategies for survival. When we start to touch this fear of losing our persona, it's a very good place to be, because it's where you need to be to start to work with yourself. And you really need to self-inquire. Why do I attract every day or many times the same situations? Because it's not the others, it's always yourself. How you position yourself in life, how you feel about life, how you feel about yourself. So to start to work with death in physical body, that for many people is really stressful, we need to start to work, first of all, with the fears of allowing our persona to die, the fear of relations to end, the fear of not having anything to eat, the fear of not having money to buy food and to have the minimum. These fears are all related to survival modes. And it means that we are really attached of how we live in this society that gives so much importance to this. And just a few people for centuries, masters, they are speaking, we are not this. We are much more than this. We are true essence. We are pure consciousness. And in that place we can rest. And in that place we can trust. Now all the fears and doubts, they start to melt. All the fears and doubts, they start to fade away. And I know that for many of you, is very scary. And I know that many of you now in quarantena, you are already dealing with the fear of the economical crisis. And yes, we will deal with that and we will go through that. And many of you, you are already dealing with the fear of ending a relation. Yes, you will deal with that. We will deal with that, all of us, and we will move on. Why? Because there's this pulsation of life that we are and we don't remember, that is always vibrating inside, that is working inside of us in our favor to remind us that all the pain, all the doubts, all the fears are just here, but it's not you. You are the one who are observing that. Yeah? And if we go to death, it's the same jump of trust. When you will confront death, and maybe some of you already did, the more aware during your life, the more you are in true presence with yourself. When death comes, there's no big emotions. There's a pure state of acceptance and true peace. But if you don't practice this detachment of the way you think, the way you want things to go on, the goals, if you don't train yourself to become more present and to become really the observer, the stronger will be the process to leave the body. And honestly, for me, what a journey will be when we leave the body. Why can't we really see this as another step in this adventure that is to have consciousness? Because all of these attachments, and because nobody or just a few since centuries are speaking about this, the pure state of consciousness, and that we are passing from one stage to another stage of experiencing. Take a deep breath, everyone. I would like to invite you to write me if you somehow have fears in your life. You don't need to tell me what are the fears, but if you recognize that somehow you have fears in life. You need to write yes, or you send, let's make a symbol for this, fire. You can just write yes or fire. Do you have some fears in your daily life? For example, losing someone, ending a relation, losing your mind, afraid of being alone, to not be enough, that you will not make it, that somehow you can't cope with this society. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, that you are answering. Thank you. So these fears are the fears that you need to start working with it in your daily life. And because if we don't take the opportunity to really face them and to see, fears normally is a big illusion, is a big not acceptance of reality. For example, I will give now a very strong example, okay? Be ready for this example, because I don't want to hurt your feelings. But it's a very good example. Imagine Second World War. And we have a line of people that they know that they will die. And then we have another line of people that they have the guns in their hands. In that line of people that they will die, you have different attitudes to that moment. One can be, oh my God, I don't believe, I don't want to die, I want to die. Please, God, don't help me not to die. Desperation. Fear of what is going to happen with their families, with their friends. Fear of the unknown where they will go. So many fears. And then you have other kind of people that they accept that they will die. They face reality like, okay, I will die. But I will die here with open eyes and accepting what is going on with me right now. And they are totally present. They are really there, not losing themselves for emotions. They are just there. Or even if they have strong emotions, they are holding. They are really there, allowing these emotions to happen, but they don't lose their integrity, their true presence. So normally when we have strong fears of dying, it means that somehow during life we were avoiding these fears. So a very good exercise for you during these days is to really write all your fears, and then you take time during life, during these days, to look to them and to see at the end, the fear is a door, is a gate for you to expand your perception, to expand your awareness. And you will find so many creativity in that, because when we allow the fear to show us the way, to really show us the way, what happens is a lot of creativity, a lot of synapses, even the chemistry of our body starts to work, because most of the times, the fear, or we run away or we freeze. But one or another, what we are doing is to go to survival mode. When we work with our fears, when we face them, a lot of self-inquiry starts to come, and all the synapses, all the chemistry in our heart, even the coherence of our heart starts to expand, and we start to melt the fear and to transform this fear into wisdom, into possibilities of becoming even more aware. So, are you ready to die today? Would you be ready? Honestly, I hope not, of course, in terms of physical body, but in terms of emotional statement, of mental statement, of spiritual statement, I wish you would. When we are afraid, deep fear, we lose ourselves totally. When we hold the fear, when we allow ourselves to feel the fear and to be there, what we are doing, we are burning this blockage. We are burning all this cage and opening ourselves to more life. So I will guide you through an exercise, a meditation, so you can work right now with the fear. I do this in one Sacred Lotus journey only for women, the White Lotus. So the ones that you are from White Lotus, just take the opportunity again. Let me check time. Okay. Take a deep breath, everyone. And before I start to guide, I would like to know if this talk is helping you and is supporting you somehow. You can give me signs, you can write, yes, no. Okay, good. Good, everyone. Good, everyone. We are doing this together. We are really working together. Thank you so much. Good. So, everyone, close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And another deep breath. Sit the most comfortable that you can. And take another deep breath. And now visualize that you are at your home, totally alone, just you and yourself, and you are feeling so relaxed. And you are enjoying just your own company. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. And suddenly you hear someone knocking at your door. Tuk, tuk, tuk. Ringing the bell. And you are not expecting no one. So take another deep breath and visualize yourself to go to the door. When you open the door, there's someone that you never saw. So visualize that man or that woman, how that person is. And then you say yes. And that person comes to you and say, you know, I'm deaf. And you ask, what? Sorry, excuse me? I'm deaf. I come here to say to you that in 24 hours, I will take you. So you have 24 hours to do what is really important for you. To use these 24 hours the way you desire, the way you want. And I want to tell you that you are very lucky, because normally when I come is for the moment. So take this call seriously. And that person just look into your eyes and say, see you in 24 hours. And you see that person just walk away. You take a deep breath. And you close the door. And you don't know if it's true or not. And your mind goes, is it true? Is not true? And then you take this meeting very seriously. So the question for this exercise is, how would you use these 24 hours that you have as the last 24 hours in your life? Would you say goodbye to people? Would you ask forgiveness to some? Would you go to the one that you could never say I loved you? And you would say, would you spend with kids? Would you spend with family? Would you jump from the plane? What would you do the last 24 hours a day? And why this exercise can help you so much? Because if you really take time to do this exercise, really watching yourself. What would you do honestly? They are the guidelines for what truly matters to you. And you need to see if you are using the amount of time of your life that is enough to fulfill that needs that they are so important for you. So this is an exercise that you can do several times, but with space between. It's not like the other exercise that I was giving to you the 2 days before. Is you do one time and then you wait at least 1 month, 3 months, and then you do it again. So it's a very important moment if you do it honestly, so you can arrive to a moment, a place inside of you to see what really matters. And through that, you will see how you are using your time, maybe for so many things that they don't really matter. So you can position yourself again in life. So the ones that you heard the exercise, can you please write me if you feel that this tool supports you, can be a support for you? So this live video with this exercise will be always at Facebook page Working with Satya. So you can even put the exercise, the guided meditation, and listen, and then you stop. I will try to record this guided meditation to put on SoundCloud. It's fantastic meditation. Thank you for your manifestation. Thank you so much. So like this, we engage. So now, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. So now I will go to the questions. Thank you, everyone, for writing. Thank you so much. So now I will go to questions. I will try to answer first the questions that are related with this theme, the fear of dying, or dying in illusion, or unconscious, the fear of allowing our persona, ego structure to die or to melt into wisdom, in pure consciousness. And then we will do the last meditation. Before we go on with questions, I really want to ask you again this moment, because it's a short moment that we are all together, to right now to put your hand in your heart again, and to have again a prayer in silence for all the people that they are already feeling the consequence of the quarantena, the consequence of loneliness and isolation, the ones that they are in hospitals, and praying for this sweet friend in Spain in coma, praying for him very strongly, and all the people that they are fighting for life, and praying for all the families that they are already feeling the consequence of being in quarantena, and all these conflicts are arising because somehow we couldn't heal during life our own wounds. So please send the most beautiful blessings and prayers for all of them. Taking a deep breath, and find a place inside of you that you feel deep gratitude for being alive right now. Such a vibrating opportunity, such a vibrating source of life that you are. Take a deep breath. So I will choose some questions. I will Going up to see the questions. To deal with my death is easier to deal with the death of our other people and animals that I love. So this means that your attachment, in my perspective, of course, and everything that I say and that I answer is from the space where I am. So if my answer helps you and supports, if you feel resonance inside of you, fantastic, and I'm so thankful that I can help you. If it doesn't resonate anything, fantastic anyway. Here is not about you agree with me, that you become my follower. No, this is a space where I invite true awareness, and you will need to do that process inside of you. And one way to do it is to feel the word that she's saying is resonating or not. But if you feel a lot of resistance and contraction and judgment and criticism, be aware that that is a door for you to explore. Because when we are in true space of awareness, there's no judgment. You just feel no resonation, fantastic. But you don't go on in criticism and judgment. So if you are there, pay attention that you need to work with that, okay? So in my perspective, what I feel is when other people's death and animals are not so easy to deal, it's because somehow you are more attached to that relation. It's because somehow through those relations, you can meet yourself. You can fulfill some of your own needs. Maybe you could work on the awareness that we are enough for ourselves, and a relation is a place of meeting, of sharing, not neediness, not being helpfulness. Is the opposite, is a place where you are enough, that you are a vibrating source of life, and you recognize that in you, in yourself, that you are already present for yourself. And when you relate with other, you recognize this presence on the other person. And when you meet, is a true sharing with respect, with compassion, with acceptance. When we relate with others from a place that we give more value to their lives, something on us has a big wound. That's why we project on them that their lives are more important or have more value. Take a deep breath, everyone. If this answer helped you somehow, I would appreciate that you give me some signs. Hello from Pakistan. Hello, sweetheart. Teresa, can you send me the questions, because somehow my computer is not going down. I promised everyone when I come out of this quarantena, I will buy a new computer. My Macintosh is 10 years old, but I love him so much. Teresa, thank you for your manifestations. Okay. Okay. So, can I easily face that, but I can't stand the pain? Is that the same? I don't know if you are speaking about physical pain or emotional pain. So, physical pain, everyone is laughing about this Mac, because everyone that works with me, they know that I use everything till it dies. I hope in quarantena the computer doesn't die. So I already received your answer. So it's physical pain. Okay. So yes, the process of dying for you can be aware and conscious. So there's no strong process on that. But if you are dealing with physical pain, of course, sometimes we can't stay in the physical pain, because the body has matter and has a consequence of feeling, because of all the nervous systems, all the receptors that we have, even in our skin, organs, everywhere, that we are made to feel. So yes, it's very common that the person is dying very consciously, but the pain can be very big. What I would suggest is you take the opportunity through that pain to burn all the emotional pain that maybe you are carrying from your past. And when the physical pain comes, you allow that physical pain to show you the depth of your life. How is to let go the body? How is to sustain present even if the physical body is shouting? How much silence can you really perceive and feel even if your body is shouting? That's an amazing exercise. A lot of people, they live with chronic pain, and a lot of work is done in the sense how to help them to sustain their present, going beyond the pain. Doesn't mean that they don't feel it, but they are not attached, so they can go beyond, and pain normally becomes less and less. I hope that I helped you. So I have here 2 other questions. Our kids, this is the hardest detachment. I never lost a kid, so I don't know personally that pain. And honestly, I hope life doesn't show me that pain. But I have very intimate people that they lost their own child. And I was really there for them in that moment. And I can't even imagine, even if I was by their side, what they were feeling. I could sense, I could be in that vibrational field, but was not personal to me directly. Of course, was personal because it was like a child, my great friend's child. But the thing is, when we work with people that they lose children, of course, we need to recognize it's one of the biggest pains because it's not natural, but to help them to accept reality. And especially to remember them if they have other children, that the other children, they lost already a brother or a sister, and they can't lose the parents now. That is very important. I don't know if you are speaking about yourself or speaking about someone that you work, but to help them to remind that they have other family members, especially other kids, that if parents lose totally themselves for that death, these kids lost a brother or sister and the parents too. And that helps them when we remind them, that helps them to somehow to stay present and hold that pain that they need to go through. There's no other way. No pain, no fear, we can avoid it. That thing that we want to repress and to not pay attention, not to see, forget it. What we are doing is just repressing till one day the unconscious of our being starts to work through us. So the most important thing is to accept the reality and to work with that pain of acceptance of losing a child. That is for sure one of the biggest pains, because it's not natural to kids to go first than parents. At the same time, I see so many parents that they lost their kids and they are so present that somehow there's a liberation in that too. There's a transformation. I see many parents working deep in that issue with deep awareness, and they become so much more alive even, because now they give another taste for life. They take life in a totally different way. The ones that they can break through the pain, the ones that they work and break through, they transform that pain, that situation, in so much wisdom, and it becomes so powerful in enjoying and in compassion. They have so much compassion, the same way that I love to work with militaries, and honestly, people that they already did so many horrible things. When some of these people that they already did so many horrible things, they really awake, and they turn that darkness into light, they become so compassionate, because they know what is to be in hell. They know what means to really suffer, and they can come to people that they are doing such cruel things, and they can be strong and limit at the same time, so compassionate. So when we go through death with others, or confronting our death, we become so much alive. When we go through, when we work with, somehow life becomes even more present inside of us, and we have this look in the eyes that the heart is there saying, I know what is suffering, so I can be by your side. But we know too that we can break through. So that's why people can be very firm and honest with people. So I hope that every one of us that go through very hard moments will really break through this big pain that comes, and we can transform and to be more alive and more supportive. So take a deep breath, everyone. If this answer supported you, please give me your manifestation, or write here in the comments. Maybe writing in the comments, I can engage better. Someone is saying it's so hard to live beyond chronic pain. Totally, 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 totally agree. There's another question here. Thank you for all your faces, fingers, hearts, rainbows, butterflies, moons. Thank you so much for this. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Another question. I have an issue with my mom. It will be the last question of the day, and then we will go to the last meditation of the day. Thank you for plants and trees too. I have an issue with my mom. I feel that I'm losing connection with her, and she's closing for me, especially now when we are locked down in quarantena. I live in UK and she lives in Spain. So if it's possible that you send me this question tomorrow, or you send me now, and I will answer on Monday, because I need more details. I need to understand that if you already had situations between you, unsolved issues, and what happened, if you know what is going on with your relation with your mom, so I can really speak about it, because this is very general. When we are losing connection, somehow there's a big wound between both people, and some of you or both decided to shut down because somehow you believe, or she believes, that will save you from more pain. But I need more details from this situation. About the session today. If you are afraid of dying, you need to look to it, because one day we all gonna die. The more you work with yourself and with your fears along the way, the more you decide to give your life to true awareness and to true inner growth. That is to facing your personality structures, to face your wounds, to face your traumas, to face your blockage, to expand who you truly are, to go deep inside of you and to self-inquiry. The more you will come back to your true intimacy, closer to yourself, to become, it's like the dust of all this conditioning is on top of us, and we start to take all this dust of conditioning and self-belief systems and transgenerational traumas and ideas of what is life. The more we work with ourselves into deep awareness, the more we melt all these layers of conditioning into deep presence. And in that state of deep presence, you become much more real to yourself and to others. You become much more authentic to yourself and to others, the way you relate to others. You become much more self-trusting in your life and in your life force and in the mystery of life. We are so afraid since ever of the unknown. Why can't we just fall in love for the unknown and take the adventure? So I hope today I could really help you to start to touch this fear of dying, physical death, and emotional and mental death that we all need to go through to find our own true essence. And please don't go right now to these superficial ideas. Okay, if I die the way I think, maybe I don't survive in this life. No, it's not about that. We live in this life. We need to have the money. We need to relate. We are social beings. We have the right to fall in love. At the same time, when we melt, when we heal conditioning and wounds and traumas and belief systems, we become more authentic. So everything that we do in life becomes more in resonance with yourself. We start to pulsate in a very authentic way with ourselves and with life itself, with the mystery. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for these beautiful moments of true awareness and space. Thank you for the trust of coming here. And before I go to the last meditation of the day, I want to let you know, all of you that you just arrived, that in some 5 days, around 5 days, we will launch the movement We Stay Together. That is the Awareness Facilitators School trainees. They will be online every day from 4 to 5 p.m. Portuguese time in different time zones. We will work all together at the same time in different countries, speaking different language, to support through Skype meetings from 10 to 30 minutes to the ones that you really need to share with someone, to cry with someone, to ask for ideas, to deal with strong emotions, to deal how to communicate from a true and authentic space, how you can manage conflict at home during these quarantenas. So we can all use this time of quarantena to really grow inside of us, and then coming out to really do the manifestation of that transformation that you are going through right now. I just want to say that it's very normal normal that you feel fear. It's very normal that you feel afraid. It's very normal that you have a lot of doubts. It's very normal. Don't repress that. We are here for you. The movement We Stay Together will be there for you in every place that you are inside of you. We will work without judgment, without criticism, through compassion and through acceptance. And we will do the best that we know. And if my trainees, my students doesn't know how to answer, doesn't know what to say to you, they will come and they will ask my opinion. I'm training them how to deal with you in these situations of a very dramatic environment. And for the ones that you are not feeling dramatic, that you are enjoying even quarantena, fantastic too. It means that you were needing time to be at home. So let's use this time really to be with ourselves and our families, and to move forward and melting layer by layer the conditioning and the illusions that we live. Because we are going through this, but we can go through this with consciousness, or just losing ourselves for so much illusions and so many fears that we have the right to feel, but we can work with it. So Instagram direct in 30 seconds will go down, and I will put again on, and then I will guide the last meditation of the day. So giving all my heart to you, giving my thanks to you. Let's keep on staying together. We stay together. And today we had sent a music that is from darkness to light, from poison to nectar, that we were singing together in one of the most amazing retreats that we had. So if you want, it's a beautiful music. I'm going to turn on. Excuse me. Okay, and now again. Here it is. So everyone, take a deep breath. Put your feet on the ground. Press your feet on the ground. And now I will ask to put both hands in your heart, in your center of your chest, and breathe in into your heart and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Fulfilling totally this area of your body. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Just relaxing in your heart. At least for now, you let go everything. And you just feel this area of your body. And you feel how much love is there inside of you all the time. How your physical heart never stops pulsating. Even if sometimes we want just to let go everything, to surrender. But how wise our heart is that never stops while we are still here, saying to us, come on, let's go. We are alive. Breathing in, breathing out. How brave our heart is, pumping through the fears, pumping through the difficulties. He never stops. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. and sensing and feeling a big gratitude for this organ, physical organ, that is here all the time, pumping, sustaining us, making us to be alive in this physical dimension. Breathing in, breathing out. Filling yourself with gratitude. Recognizing how brave we all are to stay alive. And how blessed we are being alive. And in that same heart, we will finish with a prayer for all the ones that they are suffering the consequence of isolation, because they are totally alone, or in families a lot of conflicts are coming, and praying for the ones that they are fighting for lives. May we be alive for them too. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Take a deep breath and open your eyes. So everyone, thank you for being here. Please write the questions. You can always write questions for contact at workingwithsatya.com so I can answer the next day. So this meeting at weekends I don't do it. I only do at weekdays. So I can give time and space for 100% for my kids that they need and family. And of course, if it's really urgent, you can always send a WhatsApp to Working with Satya, and I will come to you even if it's Saturday or Sunday. I'm totally here. So I hope you have a good weekend. Let's keep on posting pictures so we feel connected. Let's keep on sending good message and stay with yourself. If you want to see the movies, the videos from the last 2 sessions, one is from authentic communication and how to deal with emotions that you implode. And yesterday, I don't remember now anymore. Teresa, can you write me? What was yesterday, Teresita? Where are you? So yesterday, what was it? I don't remember. You can check on the Facebook workingwithsatya.com, and we always have meditations, exercises, a talk with the theme, answering a lot of questions, and staying together. We stay together. I hope you are really using this time to be with yourself and to face who you truly are. So when we finish this quarantena, we really contribute for a better world outside. All of us. We can't come out the same way that we were. We need to come out much more aware and consciousness, so our kids, they have a better future, and see at the same time the other side of Corona, how much nature is recovering from our global retreat, how most of us are becoming even closer to each other, and to really give value and to really put truth on the table. That's something already that this Corona conquer. And of course, I hope it really pass fast, so we are all safe, all safe. Thank you so much for being here. See you on Monday. And if you need anything, you can always contact Working with Satya, and I will come back to you. Have a beautiful Friday. All my love. Yana, yesterday, now I know that you are asking me about who is alone in quarantena. So yesterday, the video was about loneliness and solitude. was only about that. You have so precious exercises there. Just go and watch the video from yesterday. Now I remembered when you asked the right question, that the video was about loneliness, what is loneliness and what is solitude, and how to deal with loneliness, especially in these moments. Watch the video because you have several exercises and meditations. So all of you from all the countries that we are here all together, thank you so much. Thank you.